Today I'm going to show you how to work this beautiful textured stitch. This is a simple pattern that uses two common crochet stitches. I love this pattern because it creates a very nice, soft, and stretchable fabric that is crocheted together. To begin with this, you're going to need a beginning foundation row of 14 stitches or more. So today I'm going to demonstrate the stitch using 28 stitches. So two sets of 14. So you're going to turn your work, begin with a chain 1, and you're going to work in the back loop only throughout this whole pattern. You're going to begin with 7 slip stitches. So go into that back loop. There's 1 back loop, 2, 3, 4, and as you're working these slip stitches, make sure you're working them nice and loose. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now you're going to work 7 back loop half double crochets. Again, work in the back loop. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now you're going to repeat that. In the next 7 stitches, you're going to work 14 back loop slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and last one, and then you're going to continue with 7 back loop half double crochets. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So if you look at your row, you can definitely see where your slip stitches were and then where your half double crochets were. This is going to be the front side of your work. Chain 1 and turn, and work in the back loop only again 7 half double crochets. So for this row, you're working half double crochets in the half double crochets, and then you'll work slip stitches in the slip stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, get more yarn here, 5, 6, and 7. And now you might have to turn your work a little bit and make sure you're grabbing that back loop of the slip stitch in the last row and go through all 7. 1, and this is why it's so important to work those slip stitches loose, because you're going to work into those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then you're going to work 7 back loop only half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll get really good at counting to 7 working this pattern. 6 and 7. And then you're going to work 7 back loop slip stitches in the last 7 stitches. There's 1, 2, and sometimes they're a little tricky to get. 3, 4, 5, 6, and that last one, 7. And once again, you can see exactly where. This is the back side, so you'll see a ridge running right down the middle of those. And that is correct, again, back side. Okay, so then you're going to chain 1 and turn. Now for your third row, you're going to work the exact opposite. Again, you're going to continue to work in back loops, but you're going to work half double crochet in the first 7. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then you're going to work a back loop slip stitch in the next 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then 7 back loop half double crochets. And in some of these, it's easier if you use your your fingernail to kind of maybe guide that back loop onto your hook. Just make sure you don't grab any other yarn fibers. Five, 2 more. There's 6 and 7, and then you guessed it, 7 back loop slip stitches to finish the row. All right, so now if you look at your row, you can kind of see the pattern beginning to develop here. This is the right side, so there's no ridges down the middle of these. It's kind of like a brick pattern. There's no lines, but when you turn your work, you'll see that line going down the middle. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. And as you can see, there's that line that kind of goes down the middle. Now we're going to do, this is our 4th row, you're going to back loop half double crochet. Nope, I'm wrong. You're going to back loop slip stitch in the first 7. 1, 2. Use that finger to help guide those loops onto the hook if needed. If you forget how many you've worked, just go back and count. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we're going to go 7, 1, back loop half double crochets, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then 7 slip stitches in the back loops. Whoops, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then 7 back loop half double crochets to finish it off. So again, this is a 4-row repeat. This is our 4th row. So then you're just going to, when you turn, you're going to start with that first row of the pattern, not the single crochet row. All right, and I've got one more. Last one can be a little tricky, so make sure you count those stitches and you've got them all in there. So if you look at the stitches now, or the sample we just made, you can see the pattern beginning. So we've got the kind of the 2 bricks here, and then the 2 bricks here. And then we're gonna go back and do the repeat row. So then you're gonna have 2 bricks here and 2 bricks here, which in turn creates this beautiful, let me see if I can zoom back out, this beautiful pattern that you see in this hat right here.